welcome to my channel. This is Too Cute for Cancer, and my name is Jody. And I'm gonna try really hard to look into the camera today and not over at the viewfinder, because I've had one person say that I'm looking at the viewfinder, and I try really hard not to, but sometimes I just do, so please forgive me. All right, today is Sunday, and no, we're not really going to talk about putting makeup on. That was just my way of being funny, I guess. So today's topic is, well, first off, just let me say, if you're new, welcome. I have been living with cancer for 20 years. I'm currently stage 4, and that's where I'm at in life. And the reason for my channel is because I want to encourage you guys to be the very best you can at any stage of your life, whether you're sick, whether you are dying, whether you're healthy, no matter what. I want you guys to feel like you could be the very best that you can in any circumstance. So that's kind of my mojo, I guess. And also to bring comfort for those that are hurting. Okay, let's get started in the topic. Stop crying and put your makeup on. It's like, my mom used to say that to me when I was a teenager, and I was like, you know, like kind of hormonal or whatever, and I would be, you know, coming home and I would cry about like something going on at school, or my sister stole my boyfriend, or my clothes don't fit, or, you know, just whatever. And my mom would say, stop crying and go put your makeup on. So that was her way of saying, you know what, put your best face forward. There's other things in life to, you know, to look at. This stuff is not all there is. That's kind of like how I took it. And that's kind of the way she kind of meant it. Okay, so we're going to go through how I kind of stay positive, because constantly people are saying in my comments, and just throughout my whole life, people say, how could you be so like positive and happy when you're sick and you're dying and you're in pain and all this? And I had to stop and really think about it. And part of it is just nature. I was blessed with a happy disposition, and I think that is part of it. But the other part of it, I had to stop and really think, what do I do? How do I do it? How do I maintain my positivity? Well, number one is God and my belief in Him and my faith. That's number one. But number two is my family. I have a great support system, but me personally, how do I do it? So I came up with some stuff and I wrote it down here, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. Now, I am not telling you guys, you must do these things and you will be happy, because you know what? That's not gonna happen. You have to find out your way. You have to figure your plan, or, you know, whatever floats your boat. But there are some things that we can learn from each other. I'm learning from people all the time. I see people do something and I'm thinking, oh, I bet I could do that. Wow, that's really good. You know, some things I look at and I'm thinking, whoa, wouldn't want to do that. Or I don't think I could do that, or, you know, whatever. But let's just get going, okay? I'll stop rambling. All right, let's see. Okay, these are the tips that I actually kind of do daily. I mean, I wake up and I look at my day, and I kind of figure out what it's gonna look like. And I think, okay, or what I want it to look like. I kind of look at my day and what I want it to look like. Well, what I want it to be is me jumping out of bed, maybe taking a walk, having my coffee, making my bed, putting some makeup on, and working on some videos, answering some emails, take the dog for a walk, I mean, that's, you know, I kind of plan out my perfect day in my mind. And then I start looking at reality and I think, okay, I had a really bad night's sleep last night and my body isn't moving as fast as I would like it to, you know, but so I kind of adjust things a little bit, but I keep my plan in this, I still follow my plan. I still get up. I still do, you know, I do what I can, but I follow as closely to my perfect day as I can. Okay, so that's number one, what I normally do. Then I start changing my verbiage. I did this years ago because I would say like, oh man, I wish I could look like that, or I wish I had the face that could pull out that hair, or you know what? And then one day, I was just like a light bulb came on and says, why can't I do that? Why can't I wear that hairstyle? Why can't I cut my hair short? Why can't I put that outfit on? I had to stop and think, and I'm thinking, I've just been telling myself I can't do these things. I didn't know if I could or couldn't. So I started actually experimenting. I remember it well. The first thing that I experimented with was my hair. I had long, gorgeous hair down to my waist. And my husband, my sweet husband, was graduating from the police academy. So I decided to just do something special and take a leap of faith. I had seen the movie Ghost with Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze. I know you guys are probably too young and you don't know what this is, but it's a really good movie that was back, I think, in the 90s. Anyway, Demi Moore in this movie had the absolute cutest hairstyle. She had, it was like, kind of like a pixie, but it was more like a bowl cut. It was a bowl cut pixie, that's what I call it. Dorothy Hamill kind of look. Anyway, it was adorable. And I never had my hair short ever a day in my life. And I changed my talk and my thinking and said, you know what? I can do that. So I walked into the hair salon, and my friend was a hairdresser at that time. And I said, Rhonda, I said, I want my hair like Demi Moore in Ghost. And she's like, what? Because I mean, my hair is way down here, super thick. And she's like, what did Ray say about that? And I'm like, I don't care. It's my hair. It's my body. And I want to do this. I can do this. And inside, I was thinking, I don't know what I'm gonna look like. I'm gonna look like a boy. Oh my gosh. But I just kept telling myself, if Demi Moore can do it, I can do it. So I did it. She cut the hair, and you know what? I did. I looked freaking adorable. I look back at the pictures and I see myself with that haircut, and I'm like, oh, it was so cute. And you know what? I never, for years and years and years, I told myself I could never have short hair. No way. And you know what? I could. So that's just one itty bitty little thing. But that one little thing, that landmark, kind of showed me that all the things I've been telling myself that I can't do or shouldn't do or whatever have been wrong. So I started using that concept, that lesson that I kind of taught myself, that I should do that and apply that to a whole bunch of different things in my life and see where it gets me. So there you go for that. Now, that's tip number 2, change your verbiage. Instead of saying I could never, say, oh, I could do that if I wanted to, or whatever. You can say things and maybe not really believe it. You know, you could say, you know what, I could do this, or I'm gonna learn how to do this, or I feel really good today, and inside you're like, I don't feel good today. But you know what? If you start saying it enough, you're gonna start believing it, and you know what? The feelings sometimes follow. Not always, but it'll follow, the happy feelings will follow a happy verbiage way easier than it will a nasty, grumpy verbiage. You know, if I'm constantly saying, you know, I'm sick, I've got a headache, oh my gosh, I'm always gonna be stuck in this bed, and you know, why did I have to have cancer, and oh my gosh, you know, if that is my verbiage, how happy do you think those feelings are gonna follow along? You know, it's not. So verbiage, change your verbiage. Just try it. Just try it for a little tiny bit. Just like when my son Ryan was like my second son, he was my wild child. He was so much fun, but boy, was he a lot of work. I remember him, it was really hard to get him motivated to do anything that I said, basically. And so when he was like 4 years old, I remember someone telling me, start praising him for every itty bitty little thing that he does right. And the more you do that, the more he'll want to be, you know, do the right thing. So I thought, oh, 4 years old, you know, I don't know if that's gonna work, you know. So anyway, I tried it. And I would say, you know, he would pick up the sock and I'm like, oh, Ryan, what a great idea. Oh, thank you. You know, you're such a good helper for mama. And then he'd run and go get another sock or do this or do that. And you know what? It changed everything for me with this kid. I mean, he needed that. He needed that praise and that you can, you know, verbiage. He needed that positive verbiage instead of me saying, no, 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 stop it, Ryan, don't do that, don't touch this. So, same thing with ourselves. Sometimes we need to be treated like a child and we need to change our verbiage. Okay, enough said about that one. Invest in yourself, okay? You are special. You are a child of God. God made you just so impeccable and so precious, and you are so precious to Him. So you need to start treating yourself just like God sees you. You need to start investing in yourself. I know there's one thing that I used to do when my kids were growing up. I would make sure they got food, they got their shoes they needed, the clothes they wanted, made sure that everybody was in style because I didn't want them to be made fun of or, you know, whatever. And then I would just take the least of whatever. I would take the leftovers. And then I always thought that was such a noble thing to do as a mother. You know, we do that. I know I'm not the only one. But you know what? I've learned that that's not good. Mama needs to be feeling good and looking good because you know why? We're an example to our children. We're an example to our husbands. We're an example to the world. And if we are, you know, not dyeing our hair and we got a line of color in because, you know, we've been too busy taking care of everybody else in the world, we haven't taken care of ourselves, you know, or maybe we just don't feel we're worthy to, you know, go buy a new outfit or, you know, it doesn't even have to be that you're buying anything. It's just take some time and invest in yourself. If you start investing in yourself, like, you know, get whatever it is for you. For me, it's like getting my nails done, you know, wearing extensions, feeling pretty, putting makeup on. That makes me feel good. So, and I'm worth it, you know? And some people would say, why do you bother when you're gonna be laying in the bed most of the day? Or, you know, you're sick. Why do you care about that right now? You should be caring about, you know, getting better or doing better. But you know what? This makes me feel better. So invest in yourself. Just try it. I mean, it doesn't have to be a big, you know, a big deal. Just try investing, doing something really nice for yourself. Not anything. The next one is follow a routine, you know, and declutter your life. Now, this is super important. If you have a routine going, it makes you feel successful. It makes you feel like you've gotten something done, and that makes you feel better, and that's a more positive vibe. Declutter your things. If you've got crap sitting all over your house or around your bed, it's really hard to feel good about yourself. So pick up. Cleanup doesn't have to be perfect, you know, maybe just like put things in better piles. But I think if you, even your car, I mean, you know, I remember my car used to be a disaster because I had 4 kids in it, and then I worked, and it just was always a disaster. And I would get in the car and feel so frustrated. And then one day I started cleaning it out and keeping it clean. And you know what? I started getting in the car and feeling way less stressed and feeling way, way better about things. So declutter your environment, and that will declutter your mind. Now, I could go on with a million more, but you know what? I think that's enough for today. That's how I kind of maintain my positivity. That's how I kind of keep control of my little world. And it works for me. You know, it may not work for you, but maybe you could take one thing away that I'm doing, or maybe it even spurred something in your mind to do something different. You know, whatever. I just hope you took some value from it. Yeah. Okay, now, if you are not already following me and you would like to follow my journey and hear me ramble on like this every week, no, not every week, we do vlogs, we do a lot of other stuff too, but today rambling. If you'd like to, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And you guys are so great about leaving comments, watching to the end, watching the ads. That's how I earn my money, is those ads, and that's how I can keep going and doing this. So I really, really appreciate it, more than you know. So I think that's it for today. And you know what? This is Too Cute for Cancer signing off, and I will see you. I'll probably see you sooner than later because I'm alone for 5 days and I'm gonna get bored. So I will see you later. Too Cute for Cancer signing off.